This is Dr. Second Chance. I'm a licensed physician, a trained recovery coach, and a person in 13 years of sustained recovery from alcohol use disorder and substance use disorder. Talking today about the idea of practicing a healthy lifestyle. There's no doubt there are some things we can do to practice a healthy lifestyle that profoundly um, increases our chances of success for sobriety and recovery from alcohol use disorder and substance use disorder. The first one is really well known. It's the idea of exercise. The American Academy of Sports Medicine recommends 5 days of 30 minutes of cardio a week and 2 days of resistance training. The cardio can be as simple as walking around the block for half an hour or to a park or something like that. You don't have to lift weights. You can do some push ups and squats at home to get some resistance training. Now, I hear people say all the time, oh, Dr. Second Chance, you're just trading one addiction for another. Not really. If you are running 200 miles a week, then you might be trading one addiction for another. But just following a recommendation of several of the medical societies is not trading one addiction for another. What we do know about exercise is that there's no doubt about it that it will decrease cravings and urges to use a substance, or if it's a behavior such as gambling or compulsive sex or that sort of thing, it will also decrease the urges there as well. And so that's that one. Recreational activities and hobbies. I hope you can find those types of activities that really are meaningful to you, that you profoundly enjoy. Maybe it's painting. I did a video earlier on art therapy and art. Boy, anything in the arts can help so much in recovery, whether it's poetry writing, creative writing, journaling, drawing, painting, dancing, acting, filming, film production. These are all wonderful types of hobbies that definitely help and have science behind them for helping people recover from alcohol use disorder and substance use disorder. There's one really interesting study, even amongst physicians, that took the time to be involved with acting and plays and things like that. Burnout and stress was significantly reduced. And so, yeah, find a hobby that turns your crank. And it's whatever turns your crank, not what turns someone else's crank. And then, so there's no right or wrong answer, just what works well for you. So experiment, check things out, try new things. You can't go wrong by experimenting a little bit here. Eating nutritious food, some people would call it eating a well balanced diet. What types of things in recovery that we know that will definitely help the brain. You've heard of, eating different colored vegetables, fruits, fish, nuts, things like that with healthy fats definitely are good for brain health. And so that would be a good starting point. Some people would also recommend periods of fasting. But I would do that carefully because there's that old thought that do you remember the HALT acronym? That when you're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, that you're more likely to use or be susceptible or tempted if you have the urge to use when you have those kinds of baseline conditions. And so, there's different ways to eat nutritionally and set up a program. Find out what works best for you, what kinds of foods late at night or during the day. Um, there's no single food or dietary approach that's been best for recovery, and that's partly because People that have used alcohol and substance use, they often have coexisting problems, and so you know if you have cirrhosis of the liver or if you have kidney failure, you'll need different kinds of diets. But if you're just a normal person that don't have those kinds of problems, then you may be able to use pretty much any diet that you want. Rest and sleep. You can't go wrong getting enough rest, like a nap during the day or sleep at night. The And if you are increasing your exercise, you are going to be tired at night, and you're going to need good night's sleep to recover properly. So rest, relaxation, sleep, all vitally important. And, and if you've recently stopped using drugs or alcohol, you may have trouble with your sleep, and you may need to talk to your physician to find out some alternatives that are okay to use during this time of recovery and sobriety. But getting sleep and getting a sleep cycle pattern started is very, very important. So I highly recommend that you do that. And then another one to think about is relaxation strategies. Oh, yes, the yoga, the mindfulness, meditating on your navel, climbing a high mountain, sitting on the top in lotus position, and thinking about the universe. That would be another type of thing that you could do. But one strategy that works very well is just taking a long walk in nature and just enjoying the surroundings, the beauty of nature. I have one friend in recovery who loves to fly fish. He gets out into these remote places in Colorado and fly fishes, and has a very peaceful sense of being closer to the world and enjoying the colors and the sounds. And although if you're a competitive fly fisherman, that can also work you up and may not be the most relaxing. And then one last idea, and that is, if you have problems that are painful, it may be very difficult to stop using drugs or alcohol. I saw a good friend today who has horrible rheumatoid arthritis, a lot of inflammation, deformed hands, in a lot of pain, using a lot of oxycodone. And they just refused to take biologic therapy that would knock out the inflammation. And that just puts you in a situation when you're having a lot of pain and it's not treated properly. It significantly increases your chances of either A, not being able to become sober, or B, having a relapse. And so I encourage you to get medical problems taken care of, dental problems as well. You might have like cavities that need to be taken care of in your mouth, and severe teeth pain. It's just so hard to stop drugs that are dragging you down if you have these profoundly painful medical conditions. And lastly, speaking of medical conditions, one of the reasons there are many pathways to recovery is that there are so many things that drive addiction, and one of them is, if you were sexually assaulted as a child, if you were in war and saw your buddy blown up, or horrible things, if you saw natural disasters, these things can leave profound psychological pain, and that if you don't address those with therapy or EMDR or certain kinds of medications, you may or are likely to self medicate. And again, trying to stop a behavior that's dragging you down, like doing a bunch of pain pills when you have the psychological trauma and are sort of self-treating, well, that becomes a very difficult cycle to address and break. And so I encourage you, go see people that can help you to maximize your chances of having long-term sobriety and recovery. Anyways, I encourage you to subscribe to Dr. Second Chance, hit the notification bell icon, and share this with your friends. We'll see you next time, and thank you for your time. I'm so grateful that I have a chance to post this video, and I hope you enjoy it. Please leave comments as well as suggestions about, hey, what else would you like to talk about? Talk to you later. Bye.